U.S. Congressman Lacy Clay from Missouri's 1st Congressional District is joining us on the phone right now. Congressman Clay, thank you. Such extraordinary violence last night, property damage, and of course, the murder of Captain Dorn, who I understand you knew very well. Our condolences. How do we make this better? And we have heard that Captain Dorn was an extraordinary public servant.
And let me say that my deepest condolences to the Dorn family. He dedicated his life to protecting this city, and we are going to miss him. And also those 4 officers that were injured, I hope for a speedy recovery for them. You know, what happened last night was horrific. I've watched the video and live coverage, and I've never heard that much gunfire in our community, and that's totally unacceptable. But let me make this clear. Protesters are not looters. Protesters are not arsonists. Protesters don't shoot police officers. And they are marching for equal justice and for all of us instead of just for some. But, you know, looters and arsonists are criminals. We need to treat them that way. And I have zero tolerance for anyone who commits an act of violence on our streets, and I support this new curfew.
And you called for a civil rights investigation into what happened with George Floyd in Minneapolis. Attorney General Barr launched that. Senator Blunt has joined you in that effort to support that investigation. We had the same thing happen here in Ferguson. Are you satisfied with the reforms that were made in Ferguson after that investigation, and was there fundamental change?
Oh, there certainly was fundamental change when you think about it. The consent decree that went into effect shortly before 2017 achieved fundamental reforms in Ferguson that transformed their police department and city government. And I'm so happy that Ella Jones was elected as the new mayor of Ferguson tonight, an African-American female. So there was change, and and hopefully this administration, the Trump administration, will do the patterns and practices investigation, come up with a consent decree between the parties, and stand behind that decree and push for the changes necessary. But we also need legislation that changes the standard as far as the use of force is concerned, and changes the model of policing towards communities of color in this country.
All right, Congressman Clay, thank you. We appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you both for having me.